I mean, if you think that Trump has not made the left hysterical, I've got a couple of cuts to play you that are just hilarious. I mean, what is happening now is that demonstrators have gathered outside Chuck Schumer's house, right, top Democrat in the Senate. They've gathered outside his house and they're screaming, resistance, resistance again. And they have these 4-letter words and all this stuff. So these guys are waking up every day, looking out their window and seeing these people who are telling them, you have to resist everything Donald Trump does. And meanwhile, there are Republicans who now have to go out in the next midterm election and have to go out to these Republican states that voted for Trump by well over 55% and run for office. So if there's nothing but hysterical resistance, they're going to lose their seats. If you don't think that Donald Trump has built his latest Trump Tower inside the Democrats' head, listen to Nancy Pelosi talk about the fact that she can't support anything he does. Listen carefully to what she says.
While it's only a couple of weeks since the inauguration, there's complete evidence. We've seen nothing that we can work, but I can work with President Bush on, and I'm disappointed because I thought that there might be some interest because of what he said in the campaign, which turns out to be not true, a hoax, and really dangerous to the economic stability of America's working families.
President Bush? President Bush? What? Hello? Hey, Granny, I think you forgot what administration we're in. They are so hysterical. She can't even remember the name of the president. You can see Maxine Waters standing in back of her, give this look to the guy. I think that's not the president anymore. Is that still the president? I'm not sure. Just completely hysterical. And it is here. This is my favorite. Here is Katie Tour. Now, we're going to get back to this idea of the Russians and all this stuff. But Katie Tour reacts she's on MSNBC, and this is her reaction to Trump's statement that, O'Reilly asked him if he respected Putin. Putin's a killer. Trump says, oh, well, we have plenty of killers, too. And here is Katie Tour interviewing a senator, and listen to the question she asked.
Senator, the junior senator in your state, Senator Ben Sasse, came out pretty strongly over the weekend condemning Donald Trump's assertion that we are just as bad as Russia, when he said that, America does bad and terrible things, too, when Bill O'Reilly asked him if Vladimir Putin was a killer. What is your sense of why this president is going above and beyond, bending over backwards, if you will, to stay away from criticizing the Russian president and to almost give him an excuse? As we know, there's, since 2000, been a couple dozen suspicious deaths of journalists in Russia who came out against the government there. Donald Trump has made no secret about going after journalists and his distaste for any news that doesn't agree with him here. Do you find that this is a dangerous path he is heading down?
Trump is now assassinating journalists. They're asking. I mean, the journalists, they're running covers in Europe of Trump with a target on his head and running actual articles saying, what do you think? Let's discuss. Should we assassinate him? But she's afraid that Trump is going to assassinate them. He doesn't have to assassinate him. They're shooting themselves in the foot every single day. And not only are they shooting themselves in the foot, their foot is in their mouth. So it's really dangerous. It is just absolutely amazing. The level of hysteria they have reached. And I just want to play, we're going to have to cut away from Facebook, but before we do, I just want to play this very funny imitation of Sean Spicer, the spokesman Melissa McCarthy did on Saturday Night Live. And the reason I want to play it is this is what the media are seeing. This is what they see is happening to them. Here is Melissa McCarthy as Sean Spicer. So this is what they hear. They're like, we were just sitting here trying to destroy your administration, and now everybody's picking on us. What's going on? 7%, the last number I heard, 7% of American journalists are Republicans. 7%. And still, when you ask them if they're biased, they're like, biased? What bias? They're tweeting, how do we bring this man down? How do we destroy this administration? And then they go on the air and go, our objective report, here we, and they think they're not biased. All right, we got to say goodbye